on the boo-boo.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, when Jack poked his head out of the clouds, he saw an enormous castle. It was the biggest castle that he'd ever seen. And he thought...
And he saw a big giant bed.
A big giant bed?
I don't like it, Mama.
Well... Shh. So, he walked into that big giant house, and he was just barely able to creep under the door. There was a crack under the door that he went under.
And someone shut the door.
They did?
Yeah. No.
Well, Jack crawled under that crack in the door, and he walked in the house, and as he looked around, you know what he realized?
What?
It was a giant's house.
And I know that, Mama.
You know that? Stop yelling.
And there was a big giant house.
A big giant house?
No, a big giant hat.
A big giant hat?
Oh.
What kinds of things do you think that Jack found inside that big giant house that he wanted to take back to his mommy?
That big giant hat.
Well, he found a beautiful harp. And do you know what that harp did?
Yeah.
It could sing when you played it.
And there was a big giant heart.
There was. You know what else there was?
Yes.
A golden goose. And you know what kind of eggs that golden goose laid?
Yes.
Golden eggs. And Jack thought, oh, this is great. If I took this golden goose back to my mommy, well, then we would be able to sell the golden eggs, and we would always have enough money for food, wouldn't he?
And there was a big giant dog.
A big giant dog?
Yeah.
What did the big giant dog do?
It bit him.
It bited him.
Yeah.
How did he get away?
By screaming. And he got in a big...
Well, did he run or just scream?
Hey, Dad. But he had in a big room and that doggy eat him.
The doggy ate Jack? So is that the end of the story?
No.
How does the story end, Carson?
When the page is empty.
When the pages are empty?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's see. Jack saw that big old doggy, and the doggy got a hold of him, but it didn't bite him. It only bit his leg, like his pants leg. So he ran, and he pulled away, and his pants leg tore, and he was able to run. And when he got to the top of the beanstalk, guess what? What?
And there was a big giant nightlight.
A big giant nightlight. Well...
And it was scared and he screamed.
He screamed. He ran and ran out of the house. What? And then he got back to the beanstalk, and right as he was getting next to it, you know what he heard?
Yes.
What did he hear?
Giant.
The giant. And he said, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman." And he started stomping after Jack, and Jack was so scared, he climbed down that beanstalk. Climb, fast as he could go. But he was tired, wasn't he?
And he went to sleep in his bed, ready to drink the chocolate, and then he woke up and got out of bed, and his mama thanked him, and he said, "Mom, I want to preach that."
He did.
Yeah.
Well, Jack climbed and climbed. And he got to the bottom, and he handed the things to his mommy, and he said, "Quick, give me an axe." His mommy said, "An axe?" And he started chopping. Chop, chop, chop.
Mom.
What?
And there was a chalk.
There was.
Yeah. And there was a big giant chalk.
There was.
And he ran away, and then he heard it on the big truck, and then he fell down on that big giant.
He did? Well, so Colton, stop. So he started chomping down the beanstalk, and before you know it, guess what happened?
What?
That beanstalk fell over, and the giant fell down off the beanstalk, and he hit his head, and you know what?
What? He fell off
The giant died. He couldn't come after Jack anymore. And Jack and his mommy, they sold those eggs from the golden goose, and they lived happily ever after.
Mom, I know
Now, you know what happens next?
we take a nap.
We take a nap. Excellent. Good job, Cameron.
Mama. Mom. Will you tell me Beanstalk's part again? Mom.
Can you say good night?
Mom.
What?
Good night, Jack. And Mom.
What?
Jack said. Big.
Well, now it's time for a big nap. Good night, Carson. Good night, Colton. Good night, Cameron.